Okay, traders, we're in to nerd out and test a couple things and see through backtesting how it might go. As always, I believe that we have the best manual trading system. So if you can find a better one that gives better backtest returns on Bitcoin, which is the top crypto, on gold, which is the top precious metal. Green is our return, and blue is comparing it to buy and hold. And the Nasdaq, I will give you money if you can find me and show me, oh, I have a system that is better back tests. I will pay you, but I bet that you can't. But if you can, I'll pay you. So there's a couple things I wanted to test. Let's check it out. So we're on Bitcoin, we have gold, we have Nasdaq. Let's take a look. There's two things that I want to test. So just so you have an idea, this is what the indicator looks like. It tells you when it's buying and when it's closing positions. There's a couple things that create a stop loss, or I mean an entry. One is we're looking for price to take an old low and reclaim it. And the other is we're looking for price to break out and hold above it. So the question is, how long, how many days should we give price to close above for there to be a signal, or how long should we give for price to close below? So, like, how many days? So, for instance, based off this low, price closed above it, causing a buy here. The whole thing ended up reversing on Bitcoin, but it worked pretty well for a while, right? Or on a breakout, price closed above on this day, causing a buy. So if we go into our little indicator here, right here, indicator, I'm interested in playing with this. Right now it's set price can close above within 10 days for a dip buy, and we're going to buy. So let's go ahead and play with this number. I'm just curious. I want to see. So some of y'all would say, well, you're overfitting, trying to get the best backtest. That's why I wanna change that improves Bitcoin, gold, and Nasdaq. So what happens if we say between 5 days? It looks about the same. It was at right now 39,000% drawdown, 116. Okay, 10 is actually a little bit better. Let's put it at 1 to see, just compared to not really having that filter. 1 is much worse. You see our return is 60,000 compared to about 120. It's actually half of what it was. Now let's give it a really long time to recover. Also, a long time is not good. So initial, actually, we less than max recovery day period. Okay. I think there's a setting here. Oh, interesting. So I'm gonna put this at 50. And then let's see. Interesting. That actually improved the results uh, pretty considerably. It improved the drawdown's only a couple percent more, and our net profit is almost 50% higher. So being at 50, let me put it at 30 to see. Okay, 30 is not as 30 is about the same. Let's put it at 25. No, actually 40 or 50 is the best for Bitcoin. So let's go see. So this is something I'm just discovering. I didn't know this actually. This is why we test. However, we want to see for gold. So this is our baseline for gold right now. We've got 50,000 or 48,000 return with a 65% drawdown for this particular back test. So let's put it to 50. Actually, let's put it to 1 first, so we can see not having this filter at all. much worse, right? Our drawdown is about the same, but our return is at 24. Our return got cut in half, so that's consistently hurting us. Let's put it at 50 days. 50 didn't help. So maybe it's just Bitcoin that would help. Let's look at NASDAQ. It needs to at least help 2 out of 3 for us to do it. 40 also not good. This is how many days to recover? 30. Okay, 30 seems to maybe improve it. Let's see. No. 15. 65% drawdown for a 48,000% return. But I could accept a small loss in gold for a big 30 seems pretty good. Let's go look at Bitcoin again. Okay, yeah, 30. Now let's look at NASDAQ. It appears to improve things actually. Um, so it was at 15 and it was at 13,000 return with a 66% drawdown. And if we put it to 30, why does it look the same but better? Okay, because we went to a 16,000% return and our drawdown didn't change. So 30 is better. Now I could tweak it and try to put it at 35 or 34, but that's sort of over optimizing, I think. But gold's good enough anyways, man. Like gold has a great return already, so 35, okay. So I'm gonna look on the chart and find one of these that it wouldn't otherwise have. Um, let's see. I'm gonna look for a trade that it otherwise wouldn't have. These would be T1 longs. So to make it easier to sort through, I'm going to turn off the trigger too long, which is the breakout buy. I'm also going to turn off these lines just to make it clearer. So I'm just looking for, no, I'm going to have this on because I need to see. Trigger 1 longs that come in late. Okay, going back in history. I wonder where that changed. It might have only changed one trade early on, but that trade is enough to really affect the backtest. Where is it? Wouldn't be any of these. Wow, hits TP up here. I don't think it's any of these. Okay. Okay, well here's one where it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days. So this long wouldn't have triggered when it was set to 10 days. So that's an improvement. I don't know where the other one is. Um, okay. Trigger one long. Here's one. I'm looking at all the longs, and I don't even see how that changed it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this from 35 back to 10. Yo, it's at 64. We're at Bitcoin USD. What? If I put this to 35, it's now showing 206,000%. I'm still in the daily. Oh, because I'm only looking at dip buy. I guess it's better. It had a better performance with just the dip buy somehow. Oh, no, no, because the drawdown is less. So this is actually better. All right, so I'm going to put it at 15 and see. Are there any signals? I'm just using memory. I would need to have a control. Right. How many trades? Okay, let's look. Trading panel. I want to look in breakouts too. Strategy tester, list of trades. 33 trades, okay? So if I change this to 35, it's going to be hard to find the one that I'm looking for. Oh, it's at 35 now. Okay. 35 is 33 trades. So if I put this to 15, it's at 31 trades. So this finds one more trade. 30, 30 to 35 finds two more trades. Okay, so let me try to be really zoomed out and I'm gonna look. Maximum zoom. Okay. I want to know why things worked, not just that things worked. Okay, so now we're seeing them. Oops, screwed it up. 35. Okay, there's one. I saw one down here. Right in here. Okay, yeah, here's one. It's this low. It creates a long right here that otherwise wouldn't have happened. Right? Okay, so changing this from 15 to 35 adds a trigger right there. Okay, sounds good. Um, Now there was one more too. Let's look for that. Um, I think it was over here, right? Let's see. And then we're gonna move on to the other thing that I want to test, which is the breakouts. Should be one disappearing. It's right in here. Okay. So let's look. So there was an extra trade. If we have it set to 35, is it a recovery of this, which is actually a loss? I think it might be. And that's why it increases the drawdown, because would create an additional loss. One additional winner, one additional loser, but the winner is much bigger than the loser. Yeah, exactly. However, it does advance the stop from the first position, which would have been stopped anyways. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. Now, I'm interested. I'm interested in the breakout buy. So I have this set to 3 days. So you can reclaim the high within 30 days. We're doing it for crypto or for the breakout. We have it set to only 3 instead of 30. So again, I'm going to start with Bitcoin. from 1 to 3 is really interesting. So the max drawdown is 42 and it's at 150. So it goes from max drawdown of 48 to 195. That's actually, I think it's about the same. We can test it if we need to. Let me put it at a really high number and see. Putting that at a high number improves things again. We go from the drawdown hardly increases and the profit goes up again. Okay. Let's look at gold. Gold. And then I want to go in and look at the trades again. So 71% drawdown, 50,000% profit. We're going to look at dip buy. Where is it? Breakout buy from 3 to 30. See what happens. Okay. It improves things. It does improve things. The drawdown doesn't change. The return improves. You can see if we put it at 1, 1 is worse. 30 is better. Okay. Now the last one is going to be NASDAQ. Okay. 30 from 3. 15,066. That actually makes it worse for NASDAQ, but it makes the other two better. So I think it's probably acceptable. Maybe there's a middle ground here. Let's try 10. 10 really improves things for the NASDAQ. 10 makes it significantly better. So let's go look back at Bitcoin and gold and see if 10 makes things better or not. For Bitcoin, it looks like no, but okay. So we're on gold. I have this at 10. Let's put it back to 30. 30 is definitely better. About 15. And then we're going to dig in and look at the trades again. Okay, 15 works. Let's look at back to Bitcoin. 15 gets it done. I like 15. Okay, so now let's look back at Bitcoin. So it's allowing 15 days to claim the high. If we go in and let's go to isolate just the breakout buys. We have 41 total trades. And if I were to change this to 3, which is what it was, it goes to 34 trades. So, by the way, I'm just curious. So right now it's at 3, 32% drawdown, 14,000% return. On just a breakout buy, let's set this back to 15. If I don't do it, who's going to do it? Definitely. Well, it's hard to say it's an improvement because the drawdown increased so much. Right now it's a 32% drawdown for 14,000%. But if I put this, so it only works with the dip buy too. Right. So we turn the dip buy on, 42% for 182,000% return. Put it at 3, 42% for 148,000. So, okay, back to here. Now I'm gonna hunt down some specific trades. Okay, so I know there's like 8 extra. Turn this off. I'm gonna turn dip buy off. And then I'm gonna find a couple of these trades. Okay, let's look again. I guess there's more in this area. Right, where, for instance, we get a long up here, which we wouldn't have otherwise, which isn't so bad because it actually advances these stops, which otherwise would have stayed right here. Okay, let's look at another one. It looked like there was an additional long somewhere. I don't know. We don't need to find it, but hey, we just improved our backtest for Bitcoin, gold, and Nasdaq. Let's go. So let's set it. Turn on the dip buy. So this is our return now. 182,000 for 42% drawdown. Gold, 51,000 for a 70% drawdown, and Nasdaq, which is 15,000 for a 69% drawdown. Nasdaq, we didn't really improve that much. Let's look at some others. ETH, yeah, looks good. All right, folks. Happy trading. Peace.